If you have had it up to here with you need to build resilience and you need to be strong when all you are doing is being strong, then this video is for you. Today I'm going to be talking about resilience, what is it, what it is not, and how to maintain it healthily. Welcome to Own Your Wings. I am Rachel Charles and I'm a freedom mindset and life coach, and I work with women who have spent years putting their energy into building businesses, careers and raising their families, and are now ready to refocus that energy into building the businesses of their dreams. I work with them to put plans and strategies in place so that they can step away from the prescribed life and into the one that they design. If you're liking the scenery, I'm coming to you from Mountage Calm in St. Mark in Grenada, where I've been spending the last month soaking in the sunshine, eating the good food and hunting down those mangoes. But anyway, today we are talking about resilience. So I've spoken about stress and the different ways to maintain it, but when it comes to resilience, this is one that a lot of us take personally, because resilience is all about your inner strength. Traditional roles will have us believe, whether we want to do it or not, that we do have to maintain the home and the children and the family. Modern roles, however, have us working full time. How do we balance the two? Even if you're not trying to subscribe to those traditional roles full on, it's still a lot if you are maintaining a family and working full time. You can sometimes feel as if you have to be 100% on every single one of those roles. And as much as we can say that we don't care about the perceptions, the pressure is still there, and that's where we need resilience. When it came to work, I came to resent the word resilience. I remember a period where there was a lot of stuff going on at work. There were people leaving and workloads were rising, because obviously you're never able to hire people as fast sometimes as people are leaving. Workloads are rising, targets remain the same. And what they thought was a really good thing to do was bring in somebody to talk about resilience. I hated the session, and in the middle of the session I said, I don't want to talk about resilience anymore, because what we need to be talking about is how do you relieve the pressures that is causing you to talk to us about resilience. We wouldn't have to continue to build this resilience if those pressures weren't there. And what we do is we fall into, there's so many traps that we can fall into, and one of them is that resilience trap, especially at work, where things are piled onto you and what you're told is you have to be stronger. So I was livid sitting in this room listening to the trainer talk about resilience, and I found it quite insulting, because my question was, what do you think we've been doing for so long? So now that the tables are turned and I go out to companies and I speak to them about change management and stress management and how to support their employees, my first question is usually, before I do the training, my first question is, what are you already putting in place to support your staff? Because there is only so much we can take. Asking staff to build resilience when they're already doing so more with less is asking staff really to be burnt out, overwhelmed and leave. And what happens is you've got staff sitting there who are resilient, who are able to show up every day and do what they're supposed to do, but they're taking on the work of the people who have left and those who have gone off sick. We all have different levels of resilience. However, we all have a threshold. And when it comes to resilience, we keep being told that we have to build it. Now, imagine you are a tennis player and you're having ball after ball thrown at you. You're going to hit them back. You're going to bat them back. But as they keep coming faster and quicker and with less space in between, how soon is it going to be until some of them fly past you and you're going to miss them or you get hit by them? That's what resilience is. And as much as we're told that we have to build resilience, what we also have to do is make sure that we have breaks in between. Even tennis players have breaks. We can't be in a situation where we're having things just thrown at us 24/7 and thinking that we're going to be strong enough to bat every single one back. Resilience therefore means that we are able to navigate through the difficult times. It's about the bounce back, because sometimes it can be taken the wrong way. So when we're told that we have to build resilience, sometimes it's taken to mean that the hardships come and you don't feel it, and that's totally wrong. The hardships will come. People who have high levels of resilience still have to navigate hardships just like everyone else, but you go through them knowing that you come out stronger on the other side. Resilience is a powerful tool, and it's not one to be taken for granted. And if you can build your resilience, it means that you can alleviate chronic stress, and it prevents the effects on your physical and mental health. Having resilience means that you can have a balanced perspective during the difficult times, and it means that as you're going through those difficult periods, you can find the meaning and the learning in the experience and be adaptable. What can happen, however, is that when we're continually told to build resilience, we bottle it up and we don't ask for help. So because we're seeing that we have to be strong, we act strong on the outside when we really need that support. And what that bottling up can do is lead to burnout and affect our mental health. So one of the important things when it comes to resilience is taking that time to reflect on what exactly it is you're going through. Unfortunately, a lot of the times when we've had all of these different things thrown at us, whether it's demands at work and then the demands of a family, what we do is that we bottle it up and we don't always deal with those issues. So we look at ourselves as being resilient. We bounce back from the issue, but we don't reflect on exactly what it is that we've gone through. So the bounce back without reflection is just as dangerous. Resilience means that we have a quick recovery from those difficult periods, but we're able to balance a quick recovery with reflection on what it is that we've gone through. So what we've found though is that there's two different types of resilience, and one that is internally driven and one that's externally driven. Usually we're driven by the external pressures. We're driven by other people expecting us to be strong, or our need to be resilient is tied to somebody else's approval or societal's expectation or societal validation. What we do is we compromise our well-being to suit someone else's expectation of us. I know that on a personal level, I've been asked so many times, how do you do it all? And it's only now that I've been able to look back and think, how on earth did I do it all back then? Because the amount of things that I had on my to-do list was insane. But I was maintaining things on a level where I was going and going and going, not asking for help, earning that superwoman badge because it was expected of me, because I was in a position where I was being told, well, you're a working woman, you can do it all. You know, other people are doing the same thing, so what's different? And you work yourself. Well, I worked myself into the ground, upholding someone else's view or someone else's vision of what a modern woman should be. However, when resilience is internally driven, when it is based on what you want as your goals, when it is based on who you are as a person and not someone else's approval or somebody else's validation of you, then you are able to stand and do the things that serve you. You will also know and feel when you have literally had enough, or I shouldn't even say when you've had enough, when you've got to the point where you know that anything more is going to tip you over the edge. That is why it's so important to build in reflection on a regular basis, so you tap into where you are on a physical and mental level. So what are the things that can help you maintain resilience? So I always talk about mindset, and I always talk about a positive mindset. Mindset is great and you have to have a positive mindset, but in order to maintain that positive mindset, you have to have healthy coping mechanisms. These help you know where you are at any given time and know when you've had enough. So add in things to your schedule such as journaling, healthy hobbies, things that fill you up. Physical activity, because you know that when you've got them endorphins rushing around your body, it makes you think better, sleep better, feel better, and do not forget to incorporate self-care. Number 2, call on your tribe. Now, I've just spoken about external validation and how resilience can come from there, because I know that there was a period when who was part of my tribe were people who looked at me as being superwoman, and I felt that I couldn't let them down, because how could I be encouraging them to do things and do all the things that they wanted to and then say, oh, I needed help? And then you realize that that is not healthy at all. Call on your tribe of people who understand that there has to be a balance in life and what is healthy and what's not, and know that we all have that period when we have to say no. This is not a solitary life. We have to have a tribe. And those tribes, our support networks, are very important. They support us, we support them. And number 3, we have to set realistic goals. Make sure that they are smart, make sure that they are realistic, make sure that they reflect who you are and where you are within your value system. And if you haven't got your goals down on paper in a format that you can use, don't forget to download my Goal Getter Generator. That is a free workbook that I've created for you to get you started on your goal getting journey. So I've learned to reclaim that word resilience, Because I told you in the beginning that I began to resent the word resilience, but what I do now is when it is being used incorrectly, I call it out. So I hope this was helpful in your journey of how to use resilience, what it is, what it's not, and how to maintain it for yourself. So what I'd like you to do is go down to the link below and download the free goal getter generator so that you can get a head start in your goal getting journey. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Trainer talk about building resilience. Sorry, I'm being bitten right now.